Hi, everyone. Jeff Lee here, Program Director of TMASF Connects. I am joined by TMASF Connect staff members Jen Pollard, Chief Operating Officer, and Shirley Lin, Marketing Associate. Today, we are discussing BART, from pandemic-related issues to safety and cleanliness to the commuter experience. TMASF Connects has been a 30-plus year supporter of BART, its services, and the many benefits of using public transportation. We are a privately funded nonprofit that promotes alternatives to driving alone. Our goal in this interview series is to explore the efforts that BART is undertaking to offer safe, clean, and reliable transportation at a time when conditions are rapidly changing and commute patterns are uncertain. We would like to welcome and thank Alicia Trost, Chief Communications Officer, and Sequoia Taylor, BART Transit Ambassador, for taking time to talk with us today. As we begin a conversation of user experience on BART, we'd like to discuss aspects of ridership options.
Have bicycle policy changed due to COVID?
Bikes are playing a really important role in our recovery. Guess what everyone did during the pandemic? They went and bought a bike, right? Literally, especially they bought a lot of e-bikes and the cargo bikes. Mm-hmm. So you've always been able to bring a bike. You just can't bring it on the first car. Officially, the BART rule is during the peak commute hours, you're supposed to not have them on the first three car. That's actually a really old rule. The one we truly enforce is the first car. So don't bring your bike on the first car. And if anything, we're trying to make it easier to bring bikes. For example, we are adding bike stair channels. What those are ramps to help you roll a bike upstairs or roll them down so that you don't have to lug them because bikes are getting really, really heavy. We're going to be installing them at 8 stations this year. Some stations already have them, but we're installing even more. And then we've added some bike bars to our new Fleet of the Future train cars to make it easier to position your bike on the car. And another really cool thing we're doing is we're putting out a list of which elevators are the biggest and which elevators are the smallest, because bikes are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and people need to kind of know which station will accommodate which elevators will accommodate my new really big bike. And so that's something else we're doing. So we're really focused on welcoming bikes as best we can.
Wow.
Alicia, can you briefly describe the pet policy and if there's been any changes made since, COVID?
The pet policy, very frequently broken at BART. So your pets are supposed to be in a pet carrier. That includes pets that commute, only trained service animals that are trained for a specific service are allowed to be on BART outside of a carrier. Even they have to be leashed, except for a few very rare occurrences that can all be accommodated. We take into account the ADA community, but your pet is supposed to be in a carrier. We see dogs everywhere. It's really, really unsafe, honestly, to bring a dog on BART and not be in a carrier. There's, trains going. The escalators can hurt their tiny baby feet. It pains me when I see a dog on an escalator because that escalator can suck the dog's feet in. Possibly, it can really, really get hurt. So I just beg people to put your animal in a proper carrier. It is a rule, and we want you to follow it really for the safety of your sweet baby pet.
Oh, definitely. Okay. The other question I had was, have there been any changes in the parking system that the commuters should know about?
For parking, just the fact that we have tons of parking and then it's way easier to pay for it. There's been no changes to the cost to park. Also, now you couldn't get a monthly permit. The wait lists were literally thousands and thousands deep. So monthly permits are absolutely available. I think there's only a few stations that still have a wait list. So if that's something you want to get, so you have guaranteed parking. Not only is it guaranteed, but you get that front row parking. It's those spaces that are up closest. So there is a lot of parking available, and all of that is now done through the BART official app.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Well, we're definitely getting to the nitty-gritty of all the policy changes right now. But first off, are there any other changes in BART policy that a commuter should know about?
We added to our code of conduct sexual harassment. And that's because it's something that's very, very, very important, and that many, many women, or those who identify as women, experience on transit and everywhere street harassment. And so we sent a very clear message through our Not One More Girl campaign, and we added it to the code of conduct, and you'll actually start to see the signs on the trains. They're going to be added. It'll actually say sexual harassment.
Okay, that's great to hear. Thank you for the update on policy and the rider experience on BART. That wraps it up for our conversation with BART. Thank you once again, Alicia Trost, Chief Communications Officer, and Sequoia Taylor, BART Transit Ambassador, for taking time to answer our questions. And thank you to my colleagues, Jen Pollard and Shirley Lin, for joining me as well. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.